Hey guys, Destin Legary here, and I'm helping you get the Super Sleuth Achievement today and Shanghai Justice, both of which are tied into the Mallik side quest. To trigger the side quest, you need to meet Mallik by the Alice Garden pods.
Why are you here?
Around the time when you're going to get that hacker. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'll just say it's about that point, at that point in the game. And step one is obviously accept the mission. So accept the mission, and she's going to tell you that there's some hacker guy who's willing to help you solve this case. So you need to go meet him at the limb clinic. So make your way to the limb clinic, and he will actually be at the front desk. Feel free to talk to random people if you feel necessary.
Can't you see I'm busy? Go bother someone else.
Now, okay, after you get the mission from Mallik, you're actually supposed to go into the garden pods, but I made a mistake and triggered the campaign mission, which locks you out of that area. So before you continue that part of the story, make sure you go to the pod and get the XP book, Pocket Secretary, and ebook in that area. If you didn't do that like I did, you can still go talk to him, and I was really dismissive, and he still let me continue the side quest, luckily. So after you talk to him, head back outside and meet him around the corner. So, okay, you're outside of the limb clinic, and he's just down the steps here, right around the corner, and he has some information for you pertaining to the case that you're going to need to continue.
Come on now. That was...
Sorry.
Right.
Look.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
I trust you.
Okay, so he gives you the information. I skip forward for all the talking stuff. He just rambles on forever. And
pains me to see this
he says there was an agreed upon fee of 1,000 credits, but if you don't have the money, you don't have to pay him. Or you can do what I did the first time and pay him and then murder him and take your money back. You know, those are all options. So after you decide what you're going to do with that,
I just got the autopsy report.
go through your menu, read the data that he gave you, and then that will trigger a sequence with Mallik.
She did die from a head wound, but not one that matches the evidence found at the
And you get a little bit more information about her friend.
There's more. Evelyn was pregnant. Mallik?
I'm here. We can't let him get away with this, Jensen. He's guilty. He has to be. Can you go to his apartment?
And do what?
Get proof. Get something. I'm sending you the coordinates. Contact me again when you're there.
Okay, so she sends you the coordinates to his apartment. Obviously, what you need to do is head there and check it out. You're going to have to hack the doorway, and through the magic of editing, this is going to be really easy. But you need a, obviously you need a hacking skill that's fairly high to get in here. So hop in, hack through the doorway, and get into the apartment. There, see? Really easy. So head in here, and every time I go into a house, I like to pick up a fridge because that's, obviously nobody seems to care if their fridge is thrown about in their house. It's just an average thing for everybody in the world of Deus Ex. And you need to explore a little bit the waypoints for the bedroom, open up the doorways, looking around for evidence. And Mallik will trigger you trigger an event where she will call you and talk to you about what's happening.
I'm inside Lee's apartment. Doesn't look like anyone's home.
Damn. Okay, look. Lee isn't smart enough to properly cover his tracks, so look around. Maybe you can find something suspicious.
Okay, so she tells you to look around, and the first item is in the front room. It is this baseball bat.
Mallik,
there's a total of 5 items.
It looks clean. Almost like it's been washed recently.
Maybe Lee washed Evelyn's blood off of it.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'm not sure it could inflict the type of laceration she had. I'll keep looking. I'm sure there's more here.
Okay, the next item is actually in the back room, in the bedroom, and it is the telephone. So take a look at the telephone and listen to the message from another woman.
I know, I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. I promise. I'll be doing
This part is actually really important because if you don't look at all these items and listen to the messages, look and hear what Mallik says, you're not going to get the Super Sleuth achievement. So make sure you look at each of these items in the apartment.
Wait a minute, you heard that?
Sorry, Jensen. I don't like invading your privacy like this, but it's important. Plus, this gives me an idea. When you're done looking around Lee's apartment, head to the Hive. Contact me when you're there.
I'll stick around a bit. I'm sure there's still more to find.
Now, they just let you know that there's more info to find. So I hack his computer right away, and because I'm so good at hacking and can edit this video, it was pretty easy for me. You need a hacking level of 2 to do this, so it's really not that bad, actually. And after you hack it, you'll get some more information about what's been happening.
Mallik, looks like Hong Sr. was upset with Hong Jr.'s behavior and threatened to cut off his inheritance if he didn't stop whoring around. Sounds like he considered Evelyn beneath the family name.
And if he knew she was pregnant, I can't believe Lee would do something like that just for money.
Speaking of money, the Hong family seems heavily invested in both Bell Tower and Lim. That could explain the cover-up and lack of a proper investigation. I'll make one last sweep.
Okay, so you've gotten a lot of information about the case now, but there's one last item, and it is this clock,
Mallik,
which
I
is
got a probable murder weapon.
probably the murder
Broken
weapon,
clock.
according to Adam
The
Jensen.
kicker is the hands line up roughly with Evelyn's TOD. Coincidence?
That's a hell of a stretch. You really think?
If Lee's as dumb as you say, maybe. We'd need lab tech analysis to confirm, but if there ever was a smoking gun, it fits. Okay, I think that's it. I'm heading to the Hive now.
All right, you got all the info that
I
you
won't find
need.
anything else in here without calling in a
That's
forensics
everything in the
team.
apartment, so you can continue and make your way to the Hive. So head out of the apartment and head on over there right away. Once you get to the Hive, go inside, and you're going to be looking for the murderer, the man who murdered Mallik's
I'm in
friend.
the Hive. What's your plan?
He is actually upstairs. It took me a little bit to find him. He's upstairs, over in a cubicle, kind of by himself. And when I come in here right away, I look around and I'm trying to figure out who he is.
If he's willing to pay to keep you quiet, he's basically tying his own noose. I'll listen in and record everything.
Got it.
Okay, so once you head upstairs, he is over here in the corner drinking by himself with some random person dancing in front of him. And you need to start your conversation with them.
Is your name Lee Hong?
Yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What's it to
Now,
you?
because you've
wanna
collected
talk
all
to
the
you about
evidence
Evelyn
and you were
Carmine.
paying attention when they were talking, you're going to know exactly
piss
what
off.
to say to him.
I already told all you narcos all there is to say.
Relax. I'm not with the police. I work private.
Now, for the first dialogue
police
option, I
report
said the
itself
police
was
report was
falsified.
falsified.
Why else would that be?
I don't know if that's a
If
correct
not to
response,
cover
but
up
it
a
doesn't
weak
matter
alibi.
because you can still
Man,
get
you
through
gotta
it
be kidding
depending
me.
on what you pick for
That's
the
some
first
weak-ass
choice.
shit right there.
Not only does the evidence not add up, but neither does your testimony. You lied about why Evelyn fell down the stairs in the first place.
Now, if you were paying attention,
You said you'd both been drinking heavily prior to the accident, and the reason Evelyn fell was because she was drunk. We both know that isn't true.
Man, that shit was in the papers.
so
Now,
Adam
if the
busts him
evidence doesn't
on
fit,
the fact
then
that
your
she
story
wasn't
was a
drinking,
lie.
and we
How
know
did
why,
Evelyn
because she
die
was
on that
pregnant,
night?
or she wasn't drinking.
Well, the answer is pretty simple, really. You killed her. But how?
The next piece of the puzzle is the antique
By
clock
hitting her in the head with that antique clock you keep so prominently displayed in your apartment.
that we know
for
is the murder
motivation,
weapon.
Something to fuel your violent outbursts. What did Evelyn say or do to make you murder her?
Now we let him know that she was pregnant, and that's
Told
why
you
he
she was
murdered her,
pregnant, and you panicked.
because his
Faced
parents
with the
didn't
prospect of
approve.
losing your easy way of life, you struck out at her in anger.
How?
Why was Evelyn's death never considered a murder investigation? Because your family, one of the wealthiest and most influential families in Shanghai, covered it up. But whose silence did they buy?
Lim Clinic is the correct answer.
Lim. Your family's sizable investments in Lim assured the autopsy performed on Evelyn's body would never see the light of day. and her death would simply fall through the cracks of an already crumbling
Now,
justice
I actually
system.
really like listening
Fuck
to
this
this
shit, man.
because he really
Fuck you.
nails this
I can
guy
help
for
you.
what he did. He murdered his
Only for a
pregnant
price.
girlfriend
All right,
and got away
fuck.
with it because his
I can't
family's
believe
rich.
this shit. I'll pay you, man. I'll pay you. Just what do you need from me?
Details.
Now we get
Let me hear
him
your
to
side of the
reveal
story, and then we'll
exactly
move on
what
from there.
happened
I don't.
during the murder
I
case.
don't know.
If you
Evelyn,
picked what I
that
did,
stupid
he'll
bitch.
still reveal everything
She's
that
going to
happened.
ruin me. I didn't mean to kill her, okay? Evelyn wouldn't shut up about us, about the baby, so I hit her. I just
Now that you've
wanted to
gotten
make
this
her shut her
information,
stupid mouth.
you should get the
The
Super
dumb
Sleuth
bitch
achievement.
started
So that's
freaking
part
out.
1 of
So
completing
I
the
hit her
mission.
again until
That's how you get the Super Sleuth part,
until she finally stopped
and
screaming.
he completely
When I realized what I'd done, I panicked.
admits that he
She was
murdered her.
barely breathing, so I carried her to the stairs near my apartment and dropped her. I had to make sure it looked like an accident. I had no choice. She trapped me. She just wanted my money. I would have been ruined.
I need to go. We'll be in contact again soon.
Huh? What about the evidence? And the money? Where the fuck you going?
Goodbye, Lee.
All right, there you go. There's a Super Sleuth achievement, and you got all the information from him. He admitted to it. So what you want to do now is murder him violently in front of multiple people. Wait. No, I don't think you're supposed to do that, actually. No, don't do that.
Jensen?
Now you're supposed to leave. That's what you're supposed to do.
Mallik, please tell me you got a recording of all that.
Oh my God, Jensen, I could kiss you right now. I can't believe you got
But
this so openly.
Mallik has one
honest, it was
extra
easier than I was
task for you,
expecting.
and it's a
You were
little
definitely
bit
right about
tricky
Lee.
to pull
He's
off.
not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed.
Well, don't get too cocky just yet. Before I send our little friend's confession off to the local media and authorities, I want to get some Shanghai street justice first. There's a control panel linked to the hive I need you to hack. Uploading the coordinates now.
Okay, the control panel is upstairs, back where you were talking, kind of by where you were talking to him. It's behind the bartender area. And you'll see there is guards all over the place. It's really difficult to get to this thing without pissing everybody off. There's the panel you need to hack, but don't hack it right away. The best way to handle this is to do the following. And I figured this out after trying quite a few times. Pull out your tranq rifle or anything that will put this guy to sleep. Put it away, and then drag him out of the way. People are freaking out right now, but it's okay. You can still pull this off. So kind of hide him behind the bar in case his buddies come to investigate what's going on over here. And then you can get to the panel on the back wall and hack it. I suggest that you make sure your hacking levels are upgraded a little bit before trying this, because this is one of the more difficult things to hack in Deus Ex. Just hacking it took me multiple attempts. Figuring out how to hack it without getting spotted by all the guards was even more difficult. Okay, so I upgrade a little bit and then give it a shot. And I have 7 nukes and a stop. And as soon as the alarm goes off, you'll see just how difficult this is. Okay, so you get 15 seconds to go through this whole thing. Okay, so I got 4 seconds left, and I stopped it, and I managed to get through it. So,
Alright, Mallik.
disable it, and Mallik
Verifying the signal.
will trigger another conversation.
Come on. Okay, I'm in. Remote frequencies are clear, thank God. Uploading now. And done. Meet me in front of the hive, Jensen. I have a little surprise for our friend Lee.
Okay, so head outside, and don't run away from the hive. Kind of stick around. I made the mistake of going away at first, thinking, alright, I'm done. But there's a surprise for you. And yes, you are going to get the Shanghai Justice Achievement.
Jensen,
Mallik,
well, first take this. I was gonna use it myself, but after everything you've done, I think you deserve it more.
so what are you gonna do now?
I have a few loose ends to tie up, and I need to make sure this autopsy report finds its way into the right hands. Hongs aren't gonna buy their way out of this one.
Lee's confession is solid. With that and the evidence from the autopsy, there's no way he can avoid prosecution. Justice will be served.
Oh, justice will be served, all right. You might want to stick around for a second. I've got one last little surprise for our friend Lee.
Yeah, so she said stick around, listen to her, because this is pretty cool. Now, all you have to do is stay right there, and it'll be fine. I make the mistake of running away a little bit, and then Mallik calls me. I'm like,
It's almost
oh,
showtime.
maybe I should go back to the hive and see what's going on.
2.
Mallik,
Just watch.
So now when you go to the hive, you'll see why she had you hack that panel, and you should get the Shanghai Justice Achievement. I hope that helped you out, and if you're looking for any other tips or a walkthrough of Deus Ex or a walkthrough of any game, be sure to check out IGN.com.